Who the hell are you? And why are you messing around in my kitchen? Those words exploded out of me when I got back 3 days early from my business trip, only to find a complete stranger in my lakeside house. Pots bubbling on the stove, her clothes scattered in my bedroom like she'd been squatting there for ages. Then she blurts out, "Evelyn from the CA said it was fine. Quick poll for you. Where are you tuning in from? Let me know in the comments, and picture this nightmare happening to you." Fury doesn't even scratch the surface. What would you do if some random person hit you with that line? Hang tight, because the insanity that followed? Total mayhem. As a home security expert, I'm wired to spot the tiniest red flags of a break-in. That day, everything screamed wrong. The midday sun was scorching, but my front light was blazing like a signal fire. I never leave that one ver. It was a subtle glitch, but it hit me like a gut punch. My stomach knotted as I turned the key. The door swung open way too easily for one that should have been bolted shut for days. I stepped in, easing it closed behind me, and bam, a rush of onions and sizzling beef hit me like an unwanted hug. Someone wasn't just crashing here. They were turning my place into their personal domain. I crept forward, eyes darting everywhere. A handbag on the counter, a coffee cup with fresh lipstick marks, sneakers kicked off by the entryway. My living room looked lived in by a ghost me throw blanket rumpled on the sofa, a clothesline strung up with women's outfits fluttering in the AC breeze. Then came the humming, light and carefree, like this intruder was living her best life. My heart hammered in my chest. For a split second, I wondered if I'd stumbled into the wrong house. But no, my family pics on the wall confirmed it. I edged into the kitchen, and there she was, a woman in her mid-50s, curly blonde hair, polka-dot apron knotted like she owned the joint. She dropped her spatula when she saw me, face paling like she'd seen a phantom. "Oh God," she gasped, stumbling back against the cabinets. "You're not supposed to be here yet." I locked eyes with her, keeping my tone ice cold. "What the actual hell are you doing in my house?" Her hands shook as she clutched the edge of the counter, like it was her only anchor. The silence crackled between us, charged and dangerous. "Finally," she stammered. "Evelyn said you'd be away for 2 weeks. She told me it was safer here than where I came from." Evelyn, the community association president, that name sank into me like lead. I glanced at my security panel, and my blood ran cold. It wasn't just off, it was completely powered down. I install these systems for a living. They don't glitch like that. Someone had deliberately sabotaged it. My teeth ground together. "Evelyn let you in?" I asked, voice dropping low and lethal. She nodded frantically, hope flickering in her eyes. "Yeah, she has a key. Said it was for community protection. Even showed me how to shut off the alarm." My fist balled up. Evelyn didn't just have a spare key, she had my codes. I'd warned clients 1,000 times about handing out access. And here I was, the fool who'd trusted too much in this gated Willow Creek neighborhood obsessed with its rules. I bit back the metallic taste in my mouth. "Pack your crap," I said flatly. "You're out now." Her breath caught, but instead of moving, she fumbled for her phone. "Evelyn, he's back early. Alex is here, and he's kicking me out." Even from across the room, I heard Evelyn's voice erupt like thunder through the speaker, furious, commanding. Maya, that's what she called herself, amid the panic, looked at me with desperate eyes. "She's coming over. Said not to let you throw me out till she arrives." I let out a bitter chuckle. "Throw you out? This is my damn house. You've got 5 minutes. As she paced by the stove, wringing her hands, I prowled my own home like a detective at a crime scene. Drawers ajar, my spare pillows tossed around, a foreign toothbrush in my sink. Each violation cut deep, raw and personal. Mia kept muttering sorries. I thought it was okay. Evelyn swore it was, but I tuned her out. My mind raced, piecing together the plot. Evelyn tracking my schedule, timing my trip, gutting my security like it was nothing. This wasn't a fluke, it was orchestrated. My gaze hit the clothesline again, her stuff waving like victory banners. This screamed long-term setup, not some quick fix. My chest burned with rage laced with icy betrayal. Evelyn wanted a fight? She'd just picked the wrong target. A car door slammed outside, sharp as a gunshot, yanking me back. Then came the click-clack of heels on my driveway, quick, aggressive. Evelyn was here. Through the blinds, I caught her silhouette, tailored black pantsuit, silver hair sprayed stiff under the light. She'd probably flipped on herself. My jaw clenched as the front door flew open. Oh, knock, just invasion. Evelyn didn't walk in. She stormed the space, sucking up all the oxygen. Even Mia shrank against the wall, phone gripped like a shield. Evelyn's eyes drilled into me, predatory and smug, like she'd already won. In that instant, I got if this wasn't a mix-up. It was a dominance game, and she figured the board was hers. The door didn't swing. It crashed wide like my home was her territory to claim. Evelyn charged in, power suit sharp as knives, heels pounding the floor like judgments. Her gaze swept over me as if I were the squatter. Mia flattened herself against the cabinets, breath shallow and ragged. "Alex," Evelyn snapped, voice like frozen steel. "You came back early without informing the CA. No greeting, just accusation." My muscles tensed. "This is my property. I don't report my schedule to anyone." My words landed heavy, but she didn't budge. She whipped out a document from her briefcase, brandishing it like a sword. Rule 14.2. Owners absent over a week must notify for safety checks. Her smugness dripped like venom, as if that buried clause crowned her ruler. I scanned the fine print. "Evelyn, I own this place outright. I didn't surrender my privacy." Her lips curled. "Community harmony demands sacrifice. You left it exposed. I secured it." She nodded at Mia like a prized asset. "Secured?" "By sneaking someone in without asking." The air thickened, taut as a wire about to snap. All I heard was Mia's panicked breaths, and the fridges hummed the only sane thing left. "How'd you get inside?" I demanded. Evelyn's eyes didn't waver. "The CA holds emergency access." My hands fisted. "To my locks. My alarms. Standard protocol," she replied crisply. "For your own good." That's when it clicked. This wasn't protection. It was pure control. She wielded her title like a scepter over everyone's lives. "You've gone too far," I said dead calm. Evelyn leaned in, her scent cutting through the kitchen smells. "What I did was essential. Mia faced eviction. We owe each other aid." "She's not my problem," I growled. "And this isn't goodwill, it's invasion." Evelyn's eyes flashed like shards. "You're blowing this up." "It was short-term." "Short-term?" My laugh was harsh. "You hacked my system, handed over my home, and I'm the one overreacting?" Her facade cracked, voice turning toxic. "Alex, this defiance won't end well. Rebels in the CA face complications." The threat hung heavy. My back straightened. "Is that intimidation?" "It's fact," she purred. "Want peace? Follow the code." Her code, not law, not ethics. Just her twisted regime built on loopholes. But I wasn't her puppet. "Evelyn," I said, steady as a loaded gun. "Leave my house." Her face frosted over, but she held ground. We stared down in that charged space for endless sequenza silent battle. Then she turned to Mia. "Gather your belongings," she commanded, pity laced with spite. Mia darted past, eyes brimming with regret and terror. Evelyn paused in the doorway, silhouette stark against the fading light. She leaned close, whispering, "Push this, and you'll regret it." The door slammed, shaking the walls. Outside, her heels stabbed the path, car roaring away like a parting shot. But her words lingered, a dark cloud brewing. I faced the kitchen, Mia's unfinished stew congealing on the burner, apron slung over a chair like defeat. My sanctuary felt tainted, poisoned by outsiders. I gripped the counter till my knuckles ached, fury forging into steel resolve. Evelyn thought she could dictate my life with fear. She had no clue who'd she'd provoked. I've spent years fortifying homes, exposing vulnerabilities, and she'd just revealed hers. By the time I booted up my computer, anger had sharpened into strategy. I logged timestamps, pulled alarm records, noted Mia's confession. Every fact a weapon. As night fell, wind howling through the oaks like encouragement, I stared at my reflection in the window, eyes hardened, ready. Evelyn craved dominance. She'd get exposure instead, dragged kicking into the open. And this? Just the opener. I jolted awake next morning to ripping tape. Thought it was a raccoon at first, but known envelope glared from my door in bold CA red. Infraction, lawn exceeds 3 inches. I snorted. 3 inches? I'd mowed 5 days ago. It was pristine. I crumpled it, but that was merely the start. Mornings became a barrage of scarlet notices, unauthorized surveillance cams, truck parking violation. The irony scorched the cams she'd bypassed, now illegal. Fines piled up, $200 for turf, for $100 for tech, $250 for alignment. I cataloged it all rulers, photos, proofs stacked like armor. If Evelyn believed bullying would break me, she was dead wrong. Day 4 brought the hammer. Compulsory hearing. Unpaid $800 fines may lead to eviction proceedings. Translation, she aimed to exile me. The arrogance seeped from every word, loss of residency rights. I stared, not scared, but laser-focused like pre-storm calm. No retreat. I built my arsenal. First, rebuttals. Meticulous responses dismantling each lie with evidence. Then a formal grievance. Illicit entry, security tampering, unauthorized habitation, vindictive penalties. I copied every board member, words laced with legal bite. Printer whirring, I dissected CA bylaws word by word, like decoding enemy intel. Emergency access? Myth. They covered shared paths, trash days, visitor spot zero on invading homes, or killing alarms. That wasn't overstep, it flirted with felony. Rage honed into mission. Evelyn wasn't upholding order. She was erecting her fiefdom on our doorsteps. Saturday, I delivered packets personally. Victor, the VP, answered in sweats, brows furrowing as he scanned. Alex, what's this? Proof Evelyn's crossing lines into crime, I said. By the treasurer's door, satisfaction brewed. She's renting homes illegally, he muttered. Gaps in funds would show. Almost home, my phone buzzed unknown. Big mistake. Some battles destroy you. Back off. Evelyn's hiss confirmed it. She was rattled. I archived the voicemail, ammo added. That night, my table became command central. Files spread like battle plans, coffee fueling as I replayed her threat. This transcended me. She'd invaded my space so boldly. How many others? How many swallowed bogus fines from dread? I envisioned them, decent folks cowed by her badge. No more. I wasn't just shielding my turf. I was dismantling her regime. I pinned a board demand for urgent review. Power abuse, fiscal fraud, resident torment. Professional, but loaded. Hitting send felt like firing the first salvo. Evelyn assumed she'd bury me in paperwork. Forgot. I craft defenses against intrusions. Now I was hers. Sunday's dawn glowed gold over the lake, but my mind stormed. Her overnight text, drop it before you ruin yourself, echoed. Cornered. She'd air. Good. Coffee in hand, I scanned the street now hostile ground. She wanted overwhelm. I'd flip it. First neighbor, old Mrs. Patel, robe floral and worn. You too? She whispered at Evelyn's name. Her tale gushed. Month in Texas visiting family. Returned to mystery dishes, alien linens. Evelyn called it routine patrol, billed $150. Floodgates burst. Guy opposite found his bar raided. Note saying, thanks for hosting. Woman down the block had her pantry reordered, slapped with $300 crisis lodging fee. Pattern clear. Evelyn wasn't guarding. She was Airbnb our homes, sans permission, lining pockets. No nods, no boards, just her keys and greed. By dusk, my table groaned under evidence. Timelines, slips, confessions like munitions. Bylaws reread, no justification for her antics. Called my firm's tech. CA override rights? Laughter. Only if you gift codes or courts involved. Never. Hammer blow. She deceived us all. Each entry. Trespass. Pulse racing. This escalated from spat to offense. Midnight wired me. Mia's messages, transfers, Evelyn's audio, Mrs. Patel's notes organized, tagged, lethal. Phone rang, her voice slimed through. Alex, cease. You're torching more than you grasp. Hang up. Gut twisted, but resolve steel. Saved it. Exhibit 13. Typed disclosure request for CA finances. Law mandated in 10 days. CC'd board with teaser findings. Send clicked like a chambered round. Morning sky stormed gray. I trucked fat envelopes to board doors. Victor blinked at his. This is damning. Evelyn's not protecting, profiting, I said. Treasurer's turn, phone soon buzzing. Victor. Emergency session. She's raging. Grip tight on wheel, one mantra. She sought rule. She'd lose all. Not just her Sether corrupt scaffold. Engine off. Home quiet. Phone pinged. Should have shut up. Glanced out, shadows shifted in trees. Evelyn ditched rules for full assault. I was primed. The CA hall mimicked a kangaroo court under buzzing lights. faces ghostly in the glare. Chairs packed with locals, air thick with dread and stale brew. This wasn't routine, it reeked of reckoning, and Evelyn sensed it. My folder bulged with doom, shots, affidavits, enough to shatter her facade. She sauntered in late, suit crisp as a blade, jaw set like war. Trailing her, a rumpled suit guy she dubbed counsel, voice oily, but he screamed amateur. Whispers rippled, lights seemed to mock. Evelyn dove in, preaching unity, duty, defense, painting herself savior, me saboteur. I let her weave her web, more lies, more noose. Chair cued me. I rose deliberate, laying out proofs like a kill spread. Who greenlit home invasions sans consent? Silence roared. Evelyn's knuckles blanched. Chair scraped me as stood, face crimson, voice quaking but bold. Evelyn took $400 weekly from me for Alex's place. Boom. Room iced, heads whipped. Murmurs ignited. Evelyn snarled. Liar, but Mia held. I slid transfers to her private bank. Shockwave crashed. Victor muttered, "This stinks." Evelyn erupted, fists slamming, pitcher shattering like blood spray. She raved of ingratitude, sacrifice, voice feral. But fury exposed weakness. Quiet fell. I twisted the knife softly. "You're lawyer bar ID?" He stammered. "Not a lawyer." "Family." Gasps morphed to laughs, slicing. Evelyn flushed, words failing. Victor's gavel cracked. "Vote. Suspend Evelyn now." Hands rose trembling, firm. 4-1. Done. She clutched papers like lifelines, chair toppling as she fled, brother scrambling. Doorframe, she hissed. Not finished. Slam rattled blinds. Fear whispered. Victory? Hollow. Night outside, ambush dark, still. Truck roared. Phone glowed. Should have stayed quiet. Shadow lurked in lot. Evelyn off script. I wouldn't wait. Furious bangs rattled my door like thunderclaps of authority. Heart racing, I peered. Red blue flashes danced walls. Open to 2 cops, hands poised, Evelyn smirking behind. "Mr. Reed," tall one clipped. "Chat time." Evelyn slinked forward, voice honeyed poison. "He's stalking me." Lies, death threats. Neighbors clustered, phones capturing her theater. Inside, cops said. I complied. Evelyn invaded, eyes greedy. "Then, where's his gun?" "The one he waved." Cops tensed. I didn't bite. "Fantasy time over," I said, flipping my binder. "See this?" Boots thudded. They poured over proofs. Every scam, every breach. Evelyn shrieked laughter. "Fakes. He's deranged." Phone out. Her threat audio played, venom clear. Cop stiffened. Mia appeared at door, ghost pale. "Tell M," I urged. "Swallow." Evelyn made me lie. Paid rent with his home. Cops pivoted. Evelyn lunged traitor, but cop cuffed her swing. "Enough." She thrashed, ranting, victim, grabbing binder pages ripped like wounds. "I built this. Not trash like him." Tall cop read charges. Fraud, intrusion, false report. Cuffs clicked. She wailed. Marched out amid flashes, threats echoing till cruiser doors sealed her. Cop turned. Smart play. Could have escalated. Not a thanks. They vanished, leaving quake. Binder shredded, but truth free. Queen toppled. Yet unease lingered, types like her plot in shadows. For weeks post-arrest, Willow Creek breathed easy. No scarlet threats, just serenity. But her crash went nuclear. Report detailed 12 homes violated, $28,000 siphoned over years. Local buzz hit web Reddit, CA tyrants exposed. Mugshot memed with vacancy. Her cell. Twitter hashtags Evelyn downfall trended, edits turning her rants danceable. Court was swift. She strutted in faded suit, cameras swarming. "Witch hunt," she cried, tears staged. Judge unmoved. Restitution, fines, incarceration. Cuffs snapped like finale. She screamed betrayal. Board revamped. Elections, no universal keys, open books. Neighbors spilled horror, sextorted cash, spied gardens, car trackers. Greed, not guardianship. My peace returned. Mornings lakeside, coffee steaming, home fortified. Found her key and grass jarred it as trophy. Web crowned it. Slow-mo arrest videos, Photoshop crowns. Karma roared. Thinking back to unlocking my door, feeling alien. Evelyn aimed to shatter sanctuary. Failed. Wind's quiet. My stove's garlic, my locks click. Street thawed kids biking free, grills firing, waves over glares. Fear evicted. Moonlit lake last night, jar glinting, empires crumble. She ruled via dread, now caged. What about you? Would you have unleashed hell like me, or cut losses and bolted? Is fighting a corrupt HOA worth the war, or smarter to flee? Drop your hot takes below. Did I overdo it, or was justice served? Like if this gripped you, subscribe for more wild rides, and hit that bell. Your thoughts fuel the fire. Let's debate.